Happy New Year, Aries. Dadhichi here with your 2024 broad-based overview of what's happening, especially with the outer planets here for your sun sign of Aries. We can see here straight off the bat this very powerful transformational influence of Pluto hitting this 11th house. That's going to be doing a to and fro from your career sector to your profitability sector back to your career sector. And therefore your work, what you're earning from that, and also the vision and the desire you have for a lifelong goal in terms of your work could be transformed by this motion of Pluto here. You'll also notice that Jupiter and Uranus still doing their thing in your second house of finance, as they have been for some time. That's going to dominate the celestial landscape in your life for some time. But during March, you'll notice the eclipse. You can't see it here, I haven't put these inner planets here, but on the 25th of March, a lunar eclipse taking place here in your 7th house of relationships is going to shift the focus for some time and bring you into a much more clarified view of your relationships and what you're hoping to achieve from those. 9th of April as well, there's another eclipse. This is a solar eclipse taking place in your sun sign. So both these eclipses across what we call the 1-7 axis. This is your self-empowerment. This is your other significant self, really, your spouse or your long-term committed partner. And so a lot of work is going to be done on these areas. The eclipses, of course, release a lot of energy, and they happen on these karmic nodal points, the north node and the opposite point here, south node, which have to do with karma, what you've done in the past, what you're due to reap at this time, important components of your life throughout 2024. Notice also the transit of Jupiter to your 3rd house, the sign of Gemini. That takes place on the 26th of May and receives some really nice aspects along with Uranus here, these two planets that were influencing your income. And this here, again, shifting the transformational energy to Jupiter. 3rd house, which is your communication. And you'll notice also that Jupiter has what we call a 5th house aspect. So it's actually looking over here at this career sector, which is what was triggered by that eclipse. In July here, we notice Neptune going in its retrograde motion. And along with Saturn here, this 12th house has to do with your secret suffering, all those things in your past that have caused a problem. And isn't it interesting to note, Aries, that Jupiter is ruling this 12th house, the hidden secrets, those things in your past that are unpleasant, you're unable to deal with, you're unable to communicate to your partner, having that aspect to the eclipse points in the 7th house shows us just how important communication is going to be, especially around this middle part of the year, to clarify some of these 12th house issues. The retrogression, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 main planets. Rahu, the north node, is always pretty much retrograde in its general path. So 4 planets retrograde, showing just how much review is necessary over both your career, your income, and your relationships, as shown by the retrogression. You notice also, I missed it, the 18th of September, a lunar eclipse here, triggering this very thing I'm talking about. On the 3rd of October, a solar eclipse again here in the 7th house. So we seem to be getting a pretty clear picture of the focus in your life at this time, and what I call the pertinent themes that are coming through at that time. Saturn goes stationary direct there in November, so it could be around this time, and it may take that long till you actually work out some of those elements of the past and how it's been impacting your life maybe in an unconscious way, but it's going to play out in your relationships. And I might add that these relationships are not always of a personal nature. They can indeed relate to your business and your financial interactions with others. So I think these are the key points for you throughout 2024. I'm going to extrapolate on those in the month-by-month readings. We've got your January reading that's out now, so you can go back to the beginning of the year and have a look at what I've got to say about that for you, Aries. Work, profitability, the income, and how you negotiate some of your past hurts in your personal relationships are the key themes this year throughout 2024. We need your subscription. Please click on that subscribe button. Drop me a note. If any of you want to find out what's happening throughout the next 12 months, this is the perfect time to have an overview of 2024 and tailored especially for your birth time. Get on over to astrology.com.au. We've got the dailies, the weeklies there, along with the yearly written forecast, so you can get what I've said today in the context of 2024 for you, Aries. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you shortly there at the monthlies and again in February. Bye-bye for now.